this. So probably about 100 sticks. I don't think I'll need that many. And then probably about 20 logs. That's going to be quite heavy, actually. That's okay. And then we'll go and get the copper. We'll get the bronze. It's the bronze I need, isn't it? So I can stagger from one bit to the next. I can actually move still at that rate. That's incredible. It's a meme from Something Awful forums. A naturally tall humanoid with a featureless head and face wearing a suit randomly appears. I've never heard of that. Yeah, that would be cooler. Somebody came in the night, grabbed villagers. Right then, give me bronze tools. Give me... I'd better have some scythes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go for 6 because there is going to be a big harvesting session coming up sometime. And then on top of that, I'll make sure I've got an extra pick. Although my pick should be okay to do the mine for another turn. Maybe some knives, some axes, hammers. Hammers would be good. So Slenderman was the origin of Enderman in Minecraft. Ah, okay. You don't look at them. It'd be good if the Lady of the Lake came out of that lake. Yeah, I agree. Right, so I feel like we've done quite a bit of crafting and production so far this session. We don't seem to have unlocked anything else just yet. The farming one's the big one. I really hope we can get going on that. Give me... I'll do 4 hammers. So I don't think it's just me using these things. I think some of the... I think the smithy might be, or the workshop. One of the two. Was I forced to learn German in school? No, I was offered it. We did in my first year of secondary school, everyone did a test on something. I can't remember what. It must have been in French. You were forced to learn French at the time. And maybe it was going towards the end of the first year of secondary school. At some point, those who were doing reasonably well at French were offered the chance to take German as a second language, German or Latin. And I chose German. I didn't see the point in taking Latin at the time because I thought it was a dead language. I'm never going to go on holiday and need to speak Latin. Unless something goes horribly wrong and I get captured by the Spanish Inquisition. But that has not yet happened. We'll have some axes. Let's go for some axes. And so, yeah, I took German. And then I dropped it 2 years later when we had to take our choices for it was GCSE exams at the time. You pick which subjects you want to do. And silly, I regret it actually, but I was advised at the time not to take 2 languages because the amount of coursework that it would generate, because then the exams were based on a large amount of coursework we did over 2 years, would be too much. They said take one of the practical things instead. Drop one of the languages and take a practical thing, craft and design or design technology. So I did that, and the design technology thing actually generated far more coursework than German would have done. So I really regret that. It was kind of annoying. And German, I think, would have been probably more useful than what I didn't learn in that other thing. I think Latin's going to make a comeback. I do hope not. I don't want the Earth to end up like bloody Warhammer 40k, where we've got Inquisitors and stuff going around. That'll be a bad time. So what do I need? I've probably got too many logs and sticks. All those tools I'm going to go and drop off. And then we'll make some copper as well. Wonder what the knife situation is like. Oh, stacks of knives for the hunters. There's loads of stuff. Oh well, I'm probably making more things than I really need to. What am I going to do? A load of... No, I don't think I need a big bronze axe. I've got 2. One's about to break, so I'll keep... They are heavy, though, aren't they? Yeah, I'll put one in here. I need to do some running around. 4 bronze hammers can go in. Keep the pickaxe out. Actually, the pick can go in. No, it's the only one I've got, so I'll keep it out. 6 bronze scythes. And I think that was that. I need to go and put my clothes away. Logs and sticks. I'm just going to do the copper tools while we're here. So I have no other particular use for this stuff, as I have no more tin to make it into bronze. Let's go for copper weapon. Copper weapons. Oh, I was going to do a bronze spear, wasn't I? I don't think I've got the materials for it. I would need the wool and... Oh, it's wool thread. Okay, I have no wool thread. So, yeah, I definitely can't do that one. I'd have to buy some. I could probably make a copper spear if I go and get 1 linen thread out of the store. Yeah, go on then, because I'm running around... Pretty sure I'm running around with no decent secondary weapon. No, I haven't. I'll go and make a copper spear. What German word is my favourite? Your favourite English word is plonker. Okay, well, this is something... Right. I don't know if this is true, because I saw this on an episode of That's Life, which was like a comedy sort of... almost like a satire... No, it wasn't really satire, but anyway, it was a comedy thing back years and years and years ago. And they reckon that the German word for bedpan was Fartenbohlen. Now, I don't know if that's true, but let me know if it is. Bedpan being a thing that you put in bed to do a poo in when you're too ill to get out. I think it's the best way to describe it. Hey, Oakfallen, how's it going? British folks speak English, by the way? Generally, yes. Let's have a look. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a linen thread. Do I see 1 linen thread? 1 linen thread. Linen thread? What would it be under? It's not in there. I must have used them all up. Crap, that's all I came back for. Okay. I must have used it all up. Still, there'll be another flax harvest before long. There'll be a few British folks in Scotland speak Gaelic as well, I think. Let's have a look. I'm going to go for copper tools and make some copper knives. I can make loads of those. They'll be quite good. They'll do the hunter's work for them. Pretty sure now the Brits or Americans use 90% of the words in the dictionary. The cool thing is that there's new words being added to the dictionary every year. What really gets me is you get these like grammar pedants who go mad if you, especially if you use like, especially over here, if you use an American spelling of a word instead of the English spelling, and they go absolutely mad. Typical one being program, as in TV program or computer program. And I think the British spelling is P-R-O-G-R-A-M-M-E, and the American spelling just drops the M-E off the end of it. No need for it. I can see why. That makes sense. No problem with that. But then, because we see a lot of American language in learning and TV and everything, and what we're reading today, the American spellings are in common use in the English language. And people go absolutely apeshit, or if you put the apostrophe in the wrong place, and it's like, did you really not understand the meaning of what I was trying to say, or are you just being pedantic? And if the issue is that you spelt something in such a way that the meaning is then lost, well, then there is a point. But otherwise, it's just pointless arguing over such things, and just language evolves all the time. I like looking up, or not looking up, but I like hearing about old English words and stuff, or Middle English words and stuff, sayings we used to use like 300 or 400 years ago. And if you follow Susie Dent on Twitter, she is the wordsmith, I guess, from TV show Countdown. She tweets out like a word of the day every day, something old that was once used. I love stuff like that. It's kind of fun. Defending the Queen's English. It's a silly phrase, that, as well. Queen's English. I think. It doesn't really sort of have any bearing on anything else, and we don't all sound or talk like the Queen over here, as you've probably noticed from watching my streams. Where are we? We're going to put this stuff back. I don't need all them sticks. How many sticks do I have in total? Can I make a massive stack of baskets? I've got 1,100. I can make a huge stack of baskets and go and sell them for profit. You'll get some crafting up as well. Oakfallen, thanks for the follow. I need to eat in a minute too. So I've got those cabbages on hand. Something's taking a weight there that I can't see. Oh, have I still got copper bars? No. Well, something's added a bit of weight to me that I can't find. So we shall eat the cabbages. Like that. We shall take the meat and roast it that I've picked up. And saffron, thanks for the hydrate. I'll get that in a second. I'll just set this load of meat roasting, I think. We do have a lot of meat in here. Slowly degrading. Give me all that. And all that. Let's go and just roast all this before it goes off. If we roast it, does it reset the condition? I don't know. Let's find out. Cheers for the hydrate anyway. So, yes, we cover all sorts of topics on this stream. Just from playing games like this. But we've covered gardening tips, farming tips, forestry tips, and now language tips as well. So, Welsh is a really interesting language. It's something that I find very alien because it's an ancient language. And a lot of the letters in the Welsh alphabet don't make the same sounds as they do in our modern alphabet. And that's why when you see these Welsh names at train stations and stuff on the TV, you know, it looks like it's got 36 letters in it and not a single one's a vowel. And it's unpronounceable without, you know, covering the person you're explaining it to in phlegm and spit. It's because the letters in the Welsh alphabet make different sounds and they have different vowels to what a modern British, or is it Arabic alphabet? I don't know. Commas are important. Let's eat, comma, grandpa has a very different meaning without the comma. That's true. They can be useful. And an apostrophe can be very useful in certain places as well. Grammar is important. It's the difference between knowing your shit and knowing your shit. You got Welsh teachers come over to work in Bristol and teach you a few? Oh, in Bristol, yeah, you'll be closer to Cardiff than London. Yeah, we're over in the northeast, so kind of the opposite direction. It's been years since I've been to Wales as well. Long time. You remember trying to learn English and you remembered the word hello by using the German word to remember it? Hope that makes sense. Hello is hello in German. Very similar. And also, I mean, that could well be where it's come from. The English language is a right conglomerate mix of Old English, which is actually Saxon, which is a Germanic language, mixed with, I don't know if there's much of the pre-Saxon language left at all, but then it's mixed with French, and then out of the two you get modern English forming, which is, people think of Old English to mean things like ye old pie shop and stuff like that, quaint sort of things from like 400 years ago. And Old English is actually the Saxon language from when England was formed as a nation. I didn't know that until recently. I thought Old English was Middle Ages English, but apparently it predates that. And we use loads of those words, but I couldn't name a single one off the top of my head. And it's a language that is unrecognisable, I think, mostly from modern day English. Mordred87, thank you for the follow, by the way. But it's, yeah, I don't know, the Saxons and stuff and their occupation of England, and the creation of England, rather, that was a time that I find fascinating, but I don't know enough about. So I'd like to learn more about that. I'd like to learn what the Old English language is like. There's absolutely no use for it, because I don't know if it's ever been written down anywhere. Because all the writing at the time was in Latin from priests. Hi Mordred, nice to see you on the stream. Welcome, by the way. As far as you know, Y used to stand for the TH sound, so ye old shop is pronounced the old shop. It could be, because they used to write, I think, a double S. And this is it again, we're talking like 15 or 1600s here. They used to write a double S as, it looks like an F, a modern day F, but it was pronounced as a double S, I think. I might be wrong on that. But yes, there's all sorts of things. If you read sort of... and I don't have any 400-year-old books, but I see stuff on the internet and I read stuff on, or watch stuff on the telly and learn these things. That's where I get the information from. But yeah, there's a lot to it. Time Team. Time Team is probably where most of my historical info on this country has come from. I've got 83 roasted meat. It looks like the condition does reset from cooking it. That's handy. Let's throw that in there. I will keep a few tasty cabbages out for emergencies. Bit of an emergency snack. Which is my house again. Oh, let's take a look at the pig situation. Wow! Okay, I have a lot of pigs. That's a female. Hang on. Hang on. Right, so how do I actually... I don't know how to sell these things. I'm going to wait till they wake up. And walking around outside. I can sell one of the males. Not that I really need to. We'll change the clothes over. It is daylight, so we can go and do... Did I not put things in here? Oh, I must have forgotten. Okay. Put on the regular shoes, take off the gloves, and the long fur hood. I haven't seen any reason to wear... You can get straw hats and stuff in this, which give you protection from the heat, as in like hot summer's day. But I've not seen any reason to ever wear them. It doesn't seem to make any difference. Hey, Junior. This person is not interested in talking to you right now. Little turd. Right, let's go and make some fields over at the other side of the village. Look at that for a sunrise. Isn't that nice? Village coming to life. I think the only real resource I don't have kicking around here is clay. Don't have any clay. Will I review this game on the channel? Definitely. I tend to like to finish them first, or at least play... I either play to the point where I decide it's total garbage and I'm not going to play anymore, which isn't the case here because I've enjoyed it. Or I finish them completely, or if it's a game that doesn't really have an end, I will play it so much that I can see at least what the end game is before I can give a full opinion on it. So I always make sure I am fully finished with whatever I want to do in a game before I go and give a review. And I don't bash the reviews out to meet press deadlines. I have tried to do that in the past, and it is not a pleasant thing, and you don't get... I don't know, you feel pressured to do stuff, and you feel things, well, I've got to get the review out to get all the views and clicks on YouTube before everyone else does. But I don't feel ready to... I haven't tried everything, and the game maybe needs a patch. There's lots of reasons to wait, and I prefer to wait, and I'll probably miss out on loads of views as a result. But I would rather get a fully finalised opinion of something after having tested everything, rather than feel like I'm rushing content out to meet the press deadline before I have to do the next game and rush that out. I'm not going to fall into that trap. I have almost been there before, and we don't want to repeat that. Farming. Fields. Massive, great big field, 10 by 10. Which direction is it going to go in? Does it depend on how I'm facing when I set this off? Does it? Does that make... Hang on a sec. Because you can't rotate fields, but... You know, I can't go across that road. That'll be 7 by 2. We don't want 7 by 2. We want it 10 by something. So what if I... Tell me what, put the bloody shovel away, Mark. Try this. Is there a way of me getting this... Well, that's 10. But I kind of want it... I did kind of want it a bit closer to that. See if I can go... Oh, I can go closer that way. All right. So let's go over here. I do find these damn things tricky to place. Let's try... Oh, no. All right, let's try it there. We're going to be level with our barn. And then down. Big 10 by 10 field. I'm a bit concerned. No, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. Excellent. Let's get this grubbed up. I have no idea what I'm going to put into it yet. Either... I might set this up as oats and rye. There's a chicken coming there. There's a rooster. He's likely to get chopped with this hoe. So the next game I'm going to review is Divinity Original Sin 2. I actually finished my playthrough of it on the stream a couple of weeks ago. 135 hours. And I've currently been playing a little bit off stream with some different characters. Just to see how the story is different and some different builds to get a bit more of a flavour. Because I'm going to do a review of it. And I've got a couple of guides. One on character creation and one just a general hints and tips on playing the game. And I'm going to release a whole lot together. That was scheduled as a job for this week. However, I'm a little bit behind with it. But it takes a long time to do those reviews. For all the videos, they're only about 15 minutes long on average. The amount of time it takes to record and then edit, it's a hell of a time to do. And then upload it, and then write a description and a title and a thumbnail and all the rest. It takes some serious time input from me. Well, Divinity Original Sin 2 was fun all the way through. So yeah, 135 hours of fun. I really enjoyed that. But I split the game up into... I took a break in the middle. Well, two breaks. One after about 40 hours. And one probably after about 80 to play different games. Just to split it up a bit for you guys watching on stream. Well, that was a whole load of fun. And, yeah, that was good. It's definitely a game I'd recommend. But yes, I've got some video work to do on that one. Certainly one I would play through again. In fact, it's amazing because there's got to be like so many different story endings to that game. Because you can play through as a custom-made character. And then you've got all the decisions you can make as you play through the game. Which have like an effect on the ending. And there's a lot. There's a hell of a lot. And then you can play through as any one of the 6 NPCs that you're given the option of recruiting at the start of the game when you meet them. And they have their own stories that play out as you play through. And you get quite a different experience playing with one of those. Different story options, different dialogue options, different little subplots and stuff kicking off. And it's... I'm playing through now as one of the other NPCs in that. It's absolutely amazing how the encounters are working out differently. And dialogues are coming up differently. So I'm not going to obviously play through the whole lot before I review it, because that would take me the rest of the year. And next year probably as well. But it is really good fun, and I do like to see how the developers have done it. If anything, the game is possibly a touch too big. It is massive. Possibly slightly too big. In the sense that there's that many different stories going on. And they're not just side quests thrown in for filler. There are side quests. But even the subplots and side quests tend to be linked between the different characters and different NPCs and things in the game. So everything sort of ties in. So you never feel like you're just being sent off to go and kill 5 rats for some random guy that doesn't matter. Because that 5 rats will be in the basement of one of the big characters that you have to go and find in the house or break into. And while you're there, you find someone tied up that you have to rescue who's been turned into a rat. And therefore, this other guy sent you to kill him because he's a rat, not just 5 general rats. You know the sort of thing? All this sort of stuff is so linked together. And sometimes you think, what? Why was I going in here? And who told me to do that? And which was the guy who gave me that? And why is Bob one of the... I don't know. And there's a little bit of that because it is so big and complex. But it is a fantastic game. Right, new field. Field 10. The oats field was one that I wanted to move. And the rye field was. I'm going to put this as oats. And I'm going to see if we can get this going now, because it's the right season. And we're going to have 40 by 40 of... Sorry, 10 by 10 of oats and rye. Accept that. Custom name. The other rye field, I'm going to destroy that now because it is in the wrong place, I think. We don't need... we don't need that there. I'm going to do a rye field here. Big one. Let's clear this. The rye and oats are used for animal feed in this game, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm trying to make massive fields of them and keep them side by side. Why is that flaxseed an odd number? Someone's either dug it up or there wasn't enough fertilizer there, or maybe it's been planted. I don't know. Right, so big field there. Can we have another 10 by 10 right next to it, I think would do. And then we'll have the... yeah, we'll have that as oats. Let's put that right in next to it. This is going to up my my tax quite a bit, so I need to be careful. Does that go there? It does. I'll just offset it a little bit so it doesn't look too much like it's on a grid. 10 by 10. Nice. Looks like I'm going to need a new bronze hoe out of the store in a minute. By the way, folks, have you heard of a PC building company called Artesian Builds? You might have done, because they're actually on Twitch. Anyone heard of it? They basically take orders to build custom-made PCs, gaming PCs typically, but all sorts of different things. You heard of them, Ellenbrook? And they will build them live on Twitch for you. So you make your order through their website, you pay for it, and then you get an email the week it's going to be on live telling you exactly when to tune in to watch. And the reason I ask is that they've approached me to offer like a partnership with the channel, and I thought I'd gather any feedback anyone had on them. I've checked out, because I hadn't heard of them before, but I've had a look at their Twitch stream, and they seem pretty decent. It's like a big legit company. It's not like some sort of dodgy offer, because there's tons of dodgy half-assed companies try to make deals with YouTubers and streamers and stuff. But no, it seems all genuine, legit. And I thought, see if I can gather any feedback. You follow Pestily, who gave away about 30 of their computers in the last few months. 30, that's a lot of expensive hardware going there. So anyway, I thought I've obviously been back in touch with them and had a chat, but I thought, well, I will just gather some feedback. Or what the hell's he doing? I think that's one of my woodcutters who's wandered over here by mistake and felling an invisible tree. You'd never heard of it? No, I hadn't until yesterday either. But apparently they came and lurked in my stream for a little bit, so they said. Which is it's a nice idea. But then I thought, well, before I agree to any sort of deals or anything with any company, I always sort of check them out as best as I can. Just to see if they are worth partnering up with. We need a bronze hoe. And a bath, apparently. Bronze hoe. One of those, please. What do I normally assign this to? Is it 7? 7. 7. So they're definitely a company worth partnering with. Thanks, Alan Brook. And I'm glad that you've heard of them as well. That always fills me full of confidence. They are a big Twitch channel, mine. They're not they're not just some tiny little operation. So I'm not surprised that people have heard of them. But it's nice when people say, oh yeah, I know those guys. And I've come across them. Also, I watched them for a little bit. And they seem like decent, genuine folks. Or the builders and the people presenting the show were. So, but I shall do my research. This is a nice, easy way of digging up fields, isn't it? I wish it was this easy in real life. Big fields, I think that's the answer in this game. check them out if you like, folks. They're called Artesian Builds. Artisian Builds. All one word. I think I spelled that right. I think they're live at the moment. Hey, Ellison, the mighty Ellison. Welcome back. How's it going? It's a good idea to do that, otherwise you've accidentally partnered up with a horrible company like War Gambling. Yes, well, my